Hi everybody, my name's Doug Wilson. This is Yellow Hawk Custom KYDEX, the Hawk's Nest vlog. What you're looking at here is the newest knife in the Fobos lineup. Fobos stands for 4 operators by operators. The company's owned by a good friend of mine, Eric Hansen. He was in Special Forces as well. And I tell you what, he is one of the finest knife designers of our day. The Alaris. They have several models in production now. This is the latest. So what do we have here? We have a PVD coating on the blade, textured micarta scales. He does it right. His attention to detail in his designs is incredible. Absolutely incredible. He thinks of everything. I mean, just look at the texture on that handle. And you would think, oh, that looks aggressive. It feels fine. It's fine. You can see the shape, the chamfering for the forefinger there. He thinks of everything. He really does. Bow drill divot is on both sides of the knife. PVD coating. Now there's a bunch of different options you can have for these knives. Coated, non-coated blades, different scales, etc., etc. It comes with a KYDEX sheath. I think they're doing leather too. I got a KYDEX sheath here that's pretty good for a production KYDEX sheath. I can't complain about it, right? They did a good job with it. Quite a few mounting options. Got a dangler that comes with it. All right. If you're looking for something that's, maybe tougher or more unique, that's completely you, then have your friendly neighborhood KYDEX guy build you a aftermarket sheath for it. And that's what we're getting ready to talk about in a few seconds here. Okay, so Eric asked me to build a custom knife and sheath system using this knife, this Alaris, okay? This one's mine, so in case you're like, do I have to send my knife in, Doug? No, you don't, because I have one right here. And Fobos is true, right? Each knife is basically the same. So I can use this knife to mold 100 sheaths, and your knife will fit in every one of them. Okay? That's been my experience to date. Okay? So, let's take a look at... Now, I would classify this as a combat fighter utility knife. Okay? It's not a big chopper, although it will chop. I'm a big advocate of bow drill fires, and when you're building a bow drill, you have to chop with your knife in order to get that base plate right. You know what I mean? And get that spindle straight and all that. You have to chop with your knife depending on how much wood you got to take off. This knife will do that. It's heavy enough, but for big chopping, no. This is a jack of all trades. The one thing I really like about it is that the blade comes down further than the handle. You see that? That saves your knuckles when you're doing push cuts or whatever, right? You ever feather sticking, right? You're feather sticking, and you get to the end of the feather sticking, your knuckles are smacking the surface there, the surface of the wood or whatever you're working on. Well, that kind of makes that a thing of the past. I like that feature. Now, it probably has other features as well for food prep or whatever, okay? I mean, other uses for this type of blade. I tell you, I really love this belly. I just love it, right? I'm a belly guy. I like belly blades. All right, so let's take a look at the sheath, okay? Now, this is the basic sheath, and this is going to be, like I said, given away in a couple of days. So go to the Fobos forum and comment on that thread, and you'll be entered to win this custom knife and sheath system and everything I'm getting ready to show you, okay? So I'll put a ferro rod on the front, alligator leather, right? These are tough, guys, okay? For those of you who were thinking, yeah, that leather's going to come off after a while. I've never had one come off. I've been doing this for 4.5, 5 years, leather over KYDEX, right? And I haven't had one delaminate yet. Now, I use a really strong epoxy on these, and I've tested it. I've thrown them in buckets of water overnight, and in order to get this stuff off, you have to rip the leather to get it off. You have to rip it. It'll ruin it. Okay, that's how tough they are. So you got the best of both worlds in these leather elites. That's what I call them, a leather elite. Okay, here's the back. It's got a mount plate, right? Mount plate. That allows you to do anything you want with this clip, pretty much. Okay, I even have it. I have a hole configuration drilled in there so that you could take this clip, move it all the way up here, and can it this way, so that when it's on your belt, that handle stays up in the air. It stays there. Okay? That is the benefit of this mount plate. You can do anything with it, right? And the carry of a sheath is the most important feature. The most important. If it doesn't carry comfortably, if it doesn't carry well, if it doesn't carry functionally well, why use it? Why have it, right? I have seen so many sheaths on the market that just don't carry well. So many, right? Why use it? Here's the reason why guys use them. They don't know any different. They think that the sheath that comes with their knife is what it's supposed to, you know, be housed in. That's what guys generally think. Guys that aren't as educated, okay? Now, this is a good production sheath, but this is not the norm. This is the exception to the rule, okay? You got a drain hole there at the bottom. You don't need a big drain hole. It doesn't have to be big. Water goes in, water drains out, right? It's physics, right? Okay? So there's that. Okay, so you want a dangler. Okay, I got you, right? Undo the belt clip. Take our Raptor dangler. This comes with it, okay? It's got our logo in there a couple of times. Okay? Put it in there. Snap your clip closed, and you have a dangler. Okay? And depending on where this belt clip is on the mount plate, you can move it up and down this way, right? Depending on where it is, that's where your handle's going to ride. So you can make it all, you can put the handle up here, you can put the handle all the way down here, right? By just moving the clip. Okay? It shoots out of there like a bullet from a gun. All right. Black alligator leather. There's another feature. I'm going to send with it 2 close carry straps that you can mount yourself. Now, I suggest that you take everything off the sheath when you mount these. You may find a way to keep the ferro rod on there. Depends on where you're wearing it when you've got these on there. But the other stuff, I would take it all off. You almost have to, right? Put your straps on, and then this gives you a really close to body carry that pretty much unrivaled, right? Unrivaled. So, close carry straps. They'll come with it. They're easy to put on. You can figure it out yourself. And, you know, these are pull-the-dot snaps. Everybody knows I'm not a snap guy. But these, as long as you put them in the back, right, up against your body, if you want, these work fairly well, although they can still be actuated pretty easy just by popping it off of there, okay? There's a reason I don't like snaps. They're a liability in the field, generally, okay? If you rely on just snaps to hold your knife, you're asking for trouble. You're asking for trouble, okay? But there's two of them, so chances of both of them popping at the same time inadvertently, probably not going to happen until it does. Okay? Now, I toyed with including this. This is our rotating system. It takes the belt clip and it allows you to rotate it. Okay? And it's solid. This is the second prototype that we're working on for this design. I'm still not 100% satisfied, so it's not going to include one. So whoever wins this, contact me in a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, a month, whatever. I'll send you one, okay? And you can mount it yourself. It's easy, okay? The sheath's already set up to be, you know, so you can mount this to it, all right? There it is. The Alaris from Fobos. All right, I got to go take some pictures now. You guys want to hear that again, don't you? Oh. Now, the next thing, it's pretty simple, but I think I should mention it. Old school leg tie down. This is what I used to tie down to my leg. You know, you got your leg drop, right? Then for you guys that want to tie it to your leg, old school. Just take some paracord, it's already there, tie it to your leg, and be done with it. No straps, no buckles, nothing to come undone, right? Old school. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate all the support you guys give Yellowhawk. So, thank you for supporting veteran-owned Yellowhawk Customs Outdoors. See ya.